King Arthur explains, Legnano, 1176, when the people defeated Barbarossa. Legnano. That glorious afternoon in 1176, when a handful of Italian peasants, blacksmiths, and bakers decided they'd had enough of Frederick Barbarossa. Yes, Barbarossa. The German emperor who seemed to have mistaken northern Italy for his backyard. An arrogant, red-bearded soul with imperial ambitions the size of a hungry dragon. And well, in this story, the dragon gets beaten. Nice. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. You know the official story. The Holy Roman Emperor Frederick I wanted to control the Italian cities that were beginning to feel too independent. What do you mean by freedom, you insolent bastards? He thought as he sent armies, levied taxes, and tried to install bishops loyal to the throne. Because of course, if there's one thing that makes any city love a distant empire, it's being forced to swallow foreign bishops. And that's when the Lombard League emerged, a group of Italian cities that thought, you know what? Enough is enough. Milan, Cremona, Bergamo, and others decided to unite. Unite. Look at this madness. Italians uniting. That alone would be worthy of an epic chronicle. And it was. The battle itself at Legnano was a medieval miracle. The Germans arrived with their gleaming armor, their heavy cavalry, their imperial air. On the other side, peasants, urban militias, a sacred chariot bearing the cross of St. Martin, and an unshakable faith in the right to decide one's own life. Spoiler alert, faith works better than German armor when you're fighting at home. Barbarossa's cavalry charged with everything, and for a moment it looked like it would be another one of those quick, clean German victories. But then, something strange happened. The Italians didn't run. They resisted. They retreated, yes, but only to lure the knights into an ambush. And when the emperor realized it, he was surrounded by men with more pent-up rage than bread in the oven. The fighting was brutal. It wasn't elegant. No knightly duel in a flowery field. It was trampling, improvised spears, guerrilla tactics, sweat, mud, and blood. And in the end, the impossible happened. Barbarossa was defeated. Not killed, of course. He escaped, probably running faster than a messenger with bad news. And do you know what's most ironic about all this? After this humiliation, the glorious emperor had to sit down and sign a peace treaty in Venice. This treaty basically said, okay, you can be free, as long as I pretend I'm still in charge. A medieval classic. Imperial ego bruised but survived. Now stop for a moment and think. This was much more than a military victory. It was a collective cry against oppression, a sign that not every brilliant army can dominate a population willing to die for its freedom. It was a milestone. One of those moments when the people emerged from the shadows and shouted, "We too make history." And between you and me, my young YouTube squire, this story remains more relevant than ever. Even today, small people face great ones. People resist empires. The difference is that now we have memes, not horses. By the way, if you found this story more epic than a duel in Camelot, please leave a like. Not for me, but for every Milanese baker who faced a German knight with a pitchfork and a curse word. Subscribe to the channel for more stories that books ignore, but that glory immortalizes. And comment below. What other moment in history do you think the people silenced the empire with a metaphorical punch in the face? Until next time, Knights of Curiosity. And remember, kings may rule, but it is the people who decide who enters the chronicles. King Arthur, narrating directly from eternity.